Hello and welcome everyone. Pollution leads to millions of deaths, poisons the environment, and generally turns our miracle of a habitable planet into a human made disaster. According to the World Health Organization, air pollution kills 7 million people every year. In countries across the world, excessive light pollution can disrupt ecosystems, cause animal deaths, and lead to more stress, anxiety, fatigue, and even cancer in humans. It also contributes to health issues from high blood pressure to type 2 diabetes and heart attacks. Now we have compiled a list of top 10 most polluted cities in the world. Buenos Aires means fair winds in Spanish, which is ironic for the 10th most populated city in the world. Buenos Aires has 15.6 million population, which is then a third of the country's population, largely crammed into high-rise flats on long, straight streets that carry the sound for huge stretches. But Buenos Aires isn't just the most populated city in South America. Because of the noise, it also suffers from the sixth worst light pollution of any city on earth, mostly due to a multitude of advertising signs and brightly lit buildings. Varanasi is the spiritual capital of India. It's where Buddhism was founded, but it's also one of the most polluted cities in the world, with harmful emissions that come from industrial factories, construction sites, traffic, diesel generators, and open fires lit by deprived residents with whatever they can find. Varanasi also contains at least 18 coal-fired power plants, which lowers the region's air quality in much the same way the farmers do when they burn their fields. This 2500-year-old city on the southern bank of the Ganges River suffers from a number of air pollution problems due to a number of reasons. Rubbish is dumped and burned at massive landfill sites in the city. Imagine 42 football pitches full of garbage set on fire every day. That is the equivalent, and there are dozens of these sites. Waste is separated in only 3 of the city's 75 municipal wards, according to a news report from 2020. Moscow is the highest polluted European city on this list. It is also the 11th noisiest city on earth. This has been a long-standing issue. Back in 2007, 70% of the city was in a zone of noise discomfort. According to the local Environment Health Services, fines can be imposed on people who break noise regulation, but rarely are. This holy city in the northeast of India has unregulated sand mining, construction projects, and stone mining that has left a trail of destruction to the local environment and air quality. Gaya doesn't have a sewage treatment and disposal system, while ancient buses and diesel cars in this city release massive amounts of pollution, and local food outlets burn coal every day to cook for customers. Faridabad is famous in India for producing and exporting henna, a dye created using plant material that's used for temporary body art and to change people's hair color, but also notorious for its emissions that come from making henna. The city also releases harmful gases while producing air conditioners, clothes, motorbikes, fridges, shoes, switchgears, syringes, tractors, tires, and more. Like many cities on this list, Faridabad's streets are full of old vehicles, many of which run on diesel and have to navigate around construction sites and roadworks, which also send particulate matter of all sizes into the air. 22% of all deaths in Pakistan are due to pollution, and Rawalpindi is the second biggest offender. You can find steel rolling mills, leather tanneries, marble factories, oil refineries, and brick kilns all discharging dangerous emissions into the air, but very few green areas. Locals all suffer due to fumes from wood stoves, biomass fires, and the open incineration of waste, including dead plant matter and dung. The air pollution found in Rawalpindi can lead to more instances of cancer, heart disease, and lung and kidney damage. This northern city, which is close to Delhi in India, is the industrial hub of Uttar Pradesh. Considered to be India's most populated state due to many industries in the city burn coal and too many citizens use harmful biomass boilers. Vehicles in Kanpur pump emissions into the air on a daily basis while driving on mostly unpaved roads, and local leather tanneries release dangerous emissions. It's only the sixth biggest city in Pakistan, but Peshawar's air pollution levels set it apart. Many vehicles in the city run on diesel or an inferior quality fuel, resulting in worse emissions than necessary. But the main issue is Peshawar's 450 brick kilns. These kilns produce massive amounts of pollution, not least by burning fuels like rubber, which leads to losses in productivity from the city residents due to respiratory issues. If the government reduced emission levels from brick kilns to a healthy level, the city would recover 108 million Pakistani rupees in lost productivity costs, according to a study from Peshawar's Institute of Management Sciences. India's second most populated city is the world's most populated city. Air pollution leads to around 54,000 deaths in Delhi over the course of the year. For comparison, COVID-19 has killed around 11,000 people in Delhi as of February 2021, even though the virus leads to more deaths when the air quality is poor. You can and should blame local cars, coal-fueled power plants, and industrial fires. But the most noticeable contributor is crop burning, which occurs every September. That's why always be cautious when visiting these cities, or if unfortunately you reside in these cities, then always take precaution before stepping outside and consult with your doctors routinely to avoid any adverse effect to your health and well-being, while also work towards making your space and your surrounding environment and nature friendly. See you till next time.